Adam Smith, digital marketing genius, sales funnel guru, online entrepreneur.
Okay, so let's talk about the offer, what we're actually offering to people. So I'm going to bring up, because Rob had this question yesterday that she wanted me to answer. So I'm going to go ahead. And what we're going to do is we're going to break the offer down into a little bit more detail. The consensus was that it was very rushed from yesterday. So we're going to break down a little bit deeper with this. So for those of you guys who missed, we're just going to do a just super quick recap because we still have a lot of things that we need to get through. And so I'm going to go ahead and share this over. Okay. Cool. Can you guys see this okay? Okay. All right, cool. So just huge recap. If you did a direct selling, hang on. Oh, yes, I finally get to use the, okay. If you did a direct selling one, how could you quantify results and do the 10% thing if the revenue is dependent on their ability to close? Yeah. So that's one of the cons. Oh, sorry. Okay. If you do a lead gen webinar, how could you do the 10% commission thing if part of the revenue of the courses depend on the ability to close? Yeah, exactly. So that's also part of one of the cons is like it's out of your control. It's out of your control. So like it makes it really difficult to do. So that's why doing like direct selling, if they already know what the objections are and they already can understand that, then it usually is, then it's usually the best way to go. Lead generation types, yeah, honestly, you're dependent on somebody else. But the pros of that are, one, it's easier to get people on calls, and two, they can understand what the different scenarios are and what reasons people are giving that they may not know of why they can't close. And so you can work with the person, whoever's closing it and selling them. You can work directly with that person. Since this is a relationship and this is a transformation, you're not just a transaction, you can work with the people who are doing the phone sales, and you can say, hey, what are some of the objections? What are some of the reasons and excuses or insecurities that you're getting on the phone that maybe we could address in the presentation itself? Does that make sense? So you want to take those things, because that is data. That's really, really valuable data that you can get and then transition that back into presentation. So to make it happen that way. So yeah, there are definitely pros and cons of doing it, because I really don't like it because it's out of my control. When we had a funnel building agency and we were doing this, I was outsourcing quite a few things. We were outsourcing ads and design and funnels, and I was doing the copy because I love copy. That's why I'm here today. But everything else that I wasn't good at, I outsourced to somebody else. And I hated not being in control of, like, I was still responsible, right? I was still responsible for the outcome of how we did. And so if you're dependent on somebody else's ability to close, it makes it really difficult. And that is something that's out of your control. So yeah, you can still do the 10% commission thing, but it's like, if somebody else is screwing up and it's not your fault and you're like generating leads for them and people are excited, they're getting on the phone that people just can't close, that's on them. And that's not really anything that you can control. So that's definitely a downside for sure. Direct selling, it's it's on you, man. And and that can be a good thing and like sometimes not such a great thing. So anyway, does that help? Let me know if I need to expand on that anymore. Okay. So, so the process of creating a customer, this is, and again, we talked about this yesterday, but there were a few of you who missed this, and it's important that you understand the part. So we're just going to brush through it really, really quickly. So the process of creating a customer. So many people, they start here at the selling, and this is really like not where people want to start. Like you really want to start here at the marketing, and this is your job as the copy consultant, is to change the beliefs and pre-frame the sale. And that's part of the reason why you might, if you're doing lead generation, then you might want to work closely with the people closing the sales so you can understand better in real time what the beliefs are that you can come back and then add that into your presentation. Okay. So this is working with people in the sales department or sales team, or the course creator, if they're the person closing the sales, they don't have a sales team. That would be really good to get those excuses, insecurities, and different reasons and objections that people might not be purchasing. Because if you can handle them here, it's a lot easier for them to make the sale here, and you just get paid more. Again, if you're doing direct selling, it tends to be more difficult, where you have to do a little bit more research and a little bit of guesswork to kind of figure out what is some of the feedback that that you're getting on that. So anyway, so that is, so my recommendation, if you can, is to start with the lead generation type. That way you're going to have a much better opportunity of understanding what are the different current and common beliefs that people have. Then you can come back into your marketing and you can change those beliefs there inside your presentation. You become more successful, they become more successful, everybody's happy. Okay. So marketing is changing beliefs and pre-framing the sale. Selling is making the offer and overcoming objections. That's all it is. And then closing is just logical reasons why people need to act now. So we're going to skip through all this. If you guys missed it yesterday, I feel for you. It's a lot of good stuff. So, okay, offers. Here we go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, and again, this was a little rushed, so I'm gonna take some time and slow it down for you guys as best I can. So when you're on your, I'm gonna switch over to whiteboard real fast. Okay, so when you're back, so in your consulting session, this is paid, by the way. In your consulting session, there are several different things that you are going to be covering. You're going to cover the offer, the strategy, and the copy. And this is the framework and the stories. Okay, so there are these 3 different components that you're going to be covering in your consulting session, right? So the first thing is going to be the actual offer itself. Okay, so that's where we are. That's the first thing. You need a really good offer. If you don't have a good offer, it makes it really, really difficult to sell, right? So let's switch back over so you guys can see how we do this. So this is the exercise that you are going to be taking everybody through. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to list out all of the objections. You're going to work with them on this. Now, here's part of the cool part is they may not know all of the objections. They may not know all those different things, but you do. You guys may not feel like you have knowledge or experience to actually do. Okay, I'm gonna, we'll get to this in a sec. You guys may not feel like you can do this. You guys may not feel like, you may not feel like you can actually be a copywriting consultant. And I've gotten like a lot of feedback from you guys on this, that you guys don't feel like that you're able to you don't feel like you're able to make it happen. And I want you guys to know, like, when I was first starting, that I had no experience. I wasn't a great student. I graduated, but I had like a 3.0, I think, in college. I just wasn't engaged. I wasn't excited about it. I was just like, I'm not super smart. I don't really understand a lot of different things, but I do understand the marketing side of this, and I do understand the copy. And like, if I can do it, you guys can totally do it. Like, this is not hard. I want you guys to know that this is not difficult. You guys can totally do this. I want you guys to know that. Like, you just need to be trained. You just need to have the right knowledge. If you guys, how many of you guys have seen Catch Me If You Can? Awesome movie. So Catch Me If You Can, like, if you remember, like, he was teaching in the college classroom, and he's like, how are you doing this? How are you making this happen? And he's like, it's because I'm just one chapter ahead. That's it. So your client, you guys, does not know this. They do not know this. And you are the person who can help them. And all they care about is that you know this. That's all they care about. They don't care what you don't know. I'm going to repeat that. They don't care what you think you don't know. That's why getting degrees, that's why getting credentials, that's why, like, getting all these different things, like, is not really the thing that makes the difference. It's just understanding, being one chapter ahead, one step ahead. Okay? You guys can do this. I want you guys to know that you can make this happen. So let's jump back in. But that question kept coming up. I don't have experience. I don't have knowledge. I don't think I can do this because I'm not trained to actually make that happen. You guys can do this. You just need to know this part right here. This is the only thing that you need to know, is this: doing your consulting session, helping them with the offer, helping them with the strategy, and then the copy, which is consistent of the frameworks and the stories. This is what people pay you for. It's to extract the stories. Okay, so let's jump back over to the slides so that you guys can see this. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. This is the exciting part. So you are going to help them create the offer. And first you're just going to list all the objections, all the reasons, all the excuses, insecurities, and reasons that they have heard why people can't be successful with their offer. Because you're going after existing business owners, existing course creators, these are the type of people that you can, who understand typically what those things are. They just need help kind of bringing that information out. If they do not know what those things are, then you're going to relate to the transformative idea, the inside fears, and outside excuses. Outside excuses typically is things related to time, money. I'm going to write this out. Time, money, resources, and support. Those are the biggest ones. Inside fears typically are insecurities that people have about not being able to perform or not being able to do this. Like, one of them, I don't have knowledge. I don't have experience. Just total garbage. Like, you do. Like, you definitely have, like, you just need to do this. You don't have to learn calculus. You don't have to go learn rocket science. You literally just have to, like, do your consulting session, understand the offer, understand the strategy, and understand the framework and the stories. And that's all they're paying you for. That's it. It's just testing and tweaking, testing and tweaking, testing and tweaking. The offer, the strategy, and the copy. That's it. And you're done. Like, and you can make a very healthy business just doing the offer, the strategy, and the copy. Okay, so let's talk about the offer. It's the first thing. You're going to list out all the objections, and then you're going to go through and brainstorm with them everything that they could possibly offer. And I've got some ideas here. Anything that I do know, let me know, you guys, in the comments. Is there anything in this second bullet point that I missed? Is there anything that, any type of product or offering that I could include or that you can include? Well, let's help each other out. Is there anything else on here that maybe you could help that their audience would like? So what I brainstormed, and I was doing this myself, but let me know what you guys think. If there's anything that any other part of this offer that we could include. So I included flying to their house. And again, this is like, we're just kind of letting, like, not saying like, okay, like we're not to step 3 yet, eliminating everything that's unrealistic. You might be wondering like, well, if we're just going to eliminate it, like, why do we put it down anyway? Because the creative juices are going to start flowing, and you're going to want to like just not like you just want to let loose with them. So we have a PDF, we have a worksheet, we have maybe like a one-on-one service, maybe they could offer a course, maybe they have a program, some sort of template, some sort of cheat sheet, things like that. So we've got any type of guarantee. Yeah. So that kind of comes more in that's a part of it. Yeah. I would say these are more tangibles though. These are more like what they're going to get. The guarantee is like, how do you ensure that somebody's going to get results, and what is the risk reversal for them? Yeah. So that's a really good question. Any type of guarantee, for sure. So, one thing on guarantees, people are inundated with the 30-day money back, 100% money back 30-day guarantee. Everybody and their dog has heard that guarantee. It is not special anymore. Okay. I would strongly encourage you to have a more compelling guarantee. One that I would recommend that you consider is 110% money back guarantee for them. Now that's putting money where your mouth is. Now, you may not have to be the person that you have to that I have to convince on this. You're going to have to convince your client that that's something that they can do, and that's going to help you. That's going to make it a lot easier to sell. There was a case study that 4-Hour Workweek did, Tim Ferriss, and he said that he did 110% money back guarantee, and he's like, surprisingly, only one person out of hundreds ever took me up on that, because he's like, I was so bold and so confident that I was going to get results. That person, that I'm like 110% money back guarantee. And I think it was a physical product, and he was like even going to like pay you to like ship it back to him, something like that. So yeah. So you're just gonna list everything out, and then you're gonna eliminate everything that's unrealistic. So I used to fly to people's houses and actually do my consulting sessions. I would do my intensives with them. And it was crazy, like, because I was like flying over the country, getting hotels, I was renting cars. I was just like, it was stupid. It was really dumb. And wasted a ton of time. I don't recommend anybody do that. Like, we have the internet, we have technology, we can do this. So you don't have to go flying over the country. That's why I love things that are digital, because it makes it so much easier, and there's no, like, has high margins, and that's why this is the best niche to go after. But so help them cross off all those things that may be unrealistic, and then we're going to categorize them, each item, into each belief. Okay, so I actually want to do this exercise with you guys.